Hey, Dr. Conley, call on receiver. Bringing you this critique of your web marketing plan, looking over your application, looking over your demographics, your competition there in Bowie, Maryland. And I wanted to show you a little bit about what I'm seeing. I know you don't have really a web presence yet, but want to give you some ideas on what I would look at, where I would look at, and then of course send you over some different packages and expected results for what I think you could achieve with a couple different options here. Let's start with, close my email. I found you in a couple places, and I think this is the office that you're currently working in. So found your information there, and also found you on Health Grades. Found you actually with some reviews over here on Vitals. You've got a 4.0. Looks like one patient came in and left some reviews for you. Did not leave any comments. So really, your imprint right now is very, very small. You don't really have any online presence. Your name, you really don't even have much online reputation. Reviews are going to be paramount. Getting reviews into Google, into Yelp, if Yelp has a big presence in your area. One thing we can do is simply go here, Bowie, Maryland dentist. Let's see if Yelp even shows up. Yellow pages, white pages, no Yelp here, super pages. I wouldn't spend any time on Yelp. You wanted to focus on dentures and implants and also 6-month smiles. So let's go in here and plug in a couple different searches and kind of see what falls out. Got a good amount of competition. You can see over here in the paid area. If you see people marketing for some of these very general search terms, if you see people spending money, that means there's a good market that you can probably enter into. It's a pretty good sign when you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 people paying to market here on the first page. You might have a few people paying to market if they're not really tracking their ROI, but if you have a dozen people paying to market on Google, somebody's done their research and knows it's a good market. You go into dentures here, got a lot in the local search, good market to enter into. Here's the reviews I was telling you about. A lot of people do the reviews and they get them into Demand Force, or they get them into Yelp or other places that are a lot easier to get reviews into. Google is notoriously hard to get reviews into. You have to have a verified account, which means not only do you have to be on Google, but you actually have to give them their phone number and they call you and verify that you are who you say you are. What that does is it cuts down on the junk. It cuts down on spam. He's got 6 or 8 reviews in here. 6 reviews. And he's the only guy here on the first page that has reviews. It seems simple, but a couple stars here with a rating next to it, adds to your visibility. It adds to your footprint. Got a doctor over here that has 6 reviews. That's actually a Google AdWords Express advertisement. A little bit different from the pay-per-click market. And you can see here on his Google Plus page, he's got a bunch of good reviews under here. Reviews are going to be one of the best things you can do, is to get a lot of them directly into Google. And we've got a Google review card system on our website you might take a look at, that we've had some really good success from, that we use with all of our clients. Moving into a little bit more in-depth marketing, of course everybody knows your website and your SEO. Those are going to be kind of the cornerstone, the foundation of your new patient flow, of your marketing online presence. But what you don't want to do is just stop with developing a website or just doing a single mode of SEO. Now, that doesn't mean that you want to throw your entire budget into marketing. Starting a new practice, you're on a shoestring budget. You need to maximize every dollar you're spending and make sure you're allocating it in a way that's going to get you back some return. This is a flow chart that I use to help explain how marketing works in the online world. There's a lot of misconceptions about what really is internet marketing, and essentially it's the same as marketing was 50 years ago. It's direct response. It's not branding. It's compelling people to take action, compelling them to call you, to sign up for a free report, to watch one of your videos, to do anything that's going to take them to that next step where they're looking a step higher to what they can do with you or how they view you. Are you an authoritative source of information, or are you a commodity in the dentistry market? People search on all kinds of different devices, in all kinds of different places, and for all kinds of different things. But at the end of the day, you want to be showing up when it counts, when they are qualified and educated and they know what they want. That's when you want to show up. That's when they're ready to make that phone call. You know, we see a lot of patients that search, and they start out searching for things like New Albany dentist or Bowie implant dentist or Bowie dentist. And as they see those results and they educate themselves, they're going to go back to Google and revise their search a little bit again to tweak it. Then maybe they search for Bowie, Maryland implant dentist or Bowie, Maryland mini implant dentist. And then they're going to look at those search results and go, you know, that's pretty close, but here's exactly what I want. I want a Bowie, Maryland dentist that specializes in implant supported dentures, because they realize they don't want to spend 10 or 20 or 50 grand on their jaw to put in, you know, a bunch of implants, and they don't want to have new permanent teeth made. They just want to get a little bit better power out of their existing denture. And so they've researched, and that's what they want. So when that person has that long search term, that long tail keyword as it's called, that's where you want to show up. That is money in the bank. And if you can show up here, whether it's your Google AdWords ad, your website, your YouTube videos, your Google Places pages with your reviews, or any other properties that you have, that's going to convert into phone calls for you. Now, the next step is you don't want to just trust that these phone calls are coming in because you have what you think is a great website. You want to make sure, whether it's your website or whether it's any marketing, traditional marketing, knowing what you're getting for your money is paramount. I mean, you want your marketing to be working for you. You don't want to be working for your marketing. Recording the phone calls, making sure that your staff is answering the phones correctly. With new startups, critically important because, you know, you've got new people in the front office. You don't have a rapport with them. You might not trust them. You might not have had a chance to do any continuing education or train them, you know, in the best ways yet. So recording those phone calls, making sure that you don't catch phone problems 6 months down the road after you've already spent 6 months worth of marketing. Catching phone problems right up front as they happen. And that, you know, saves you a ton of money. Shows you exactly what you're getting from any marketing that you're doing in terms of phone calls. The second thing you want to be doing is automating your follow-up. These patients that are coming in for implants and dentures and implant-supported dentures and 6-month smiles, you know, if you're going for patients looking for a prophy exam, that level of trust that's required for that is very low. You know, you can throw them a $59 or $79 or $99 coupon. They're going to come in, they're going to get the work done. Going for a several $1,000 ortho case, or, you know, whatever market you're trying to come in with the dentures and implants, it's a much higher price point. That patient's going to research, they're going to educate themselves, they're going to understand the marketplace before they lay down a check with you. Having a way that they can come to you, get more information, learn, you educate them, you become that authoritative source of information. And then you're staying in touch with them, automatically sending them an email once or twice a month until they're ready to buy. And that's what automated marketing, that's what Infusionsoft does for our dentist. We have every dentist that we work with hooked up with Infusionsoft because of the power that it provides. And then, you know, playing off ROI, what I was telling you about, you know, tracking everything, is you've got to have a way to aggregate the data into simple terms that you can look at and make a decision. Yes, this worked, or no, this didn't, or how can we make this work? Because there's nothing worse than running a marketing campaign and you have to, you know, look back 6 or 12 months later and go, wow, that really didn't work. Having tracking information in real time, how many calls, how many consults, how many cases you scheduled, and exact dollars generated from that marketing is going to be, the kind of information that you need to make decisions on what marketing you're going to continue and what marketing you're not going to continue, what's going to get cut out. Every market area is different. I can tell you, I've pulled up some demographics here in your market area, and looking at your zip code here, 20716, and you've got some pretty nice areas floating around here. The red line denotes the actual limits of your zip code. Just over here to the left, these yellow areas, just on the outlying areas of where you're at, are going to be your more affluent neighborhoods. The more yellow it gets, the more towards 150,000 average household income you're going to be at. These light purplish areas right here are going to be in the $75,000 to $80,000 household income range. And these kind of neutral areas are probably in the 100-ish range, right around here. And then you've got this little notch right here that's probably 125, 130. These really deep yellows are up 150, 175 and above. The demographics tracking cuts off at about 200. Generally that's just kind of all grouped together once you get to that income level. So I would look at, whether you're doing print or web, focusing on some of these more yellow areas, some of the outlying areas to where you're at. Obviously there's still a lot of patients you can draw from these lower income areas, but you want to make sure that your offer, your call to action with your marketing is consistent with the demographic you're going after. If you're marketing here to these outlying areas, more affluent people are going to react differently to a different offer than people here in these areas are going to react. So making sure that you match your offers to the type of person you're marketing to is, again, going to be one of the biggest things you can do to make sure that you're going to get results and you're not going to just, blanket an offer to your entire area. And, the people here in these areas don't reply because it's not targeted to them, or these more affluent people don't reply because it's not really speaking to them. You've got to enter the mind of your prospect. Your prospect that's having dental problems right now is having a conversation with somebody, or they're thinking about it in their mind. They got to get it done, or they can't eat, or they're having trouble chewing, or sensitivity, or embarrassed to smile. Whatever their pain is, if you can reach out to them and jump into their conversation that they're having in their head or with their friend, and you can speak directly to them, that is going to be how you tailor your offer to get the best result. Also pulled up some other demographics here on age. Looks like you've got a really good chunk here right in the middle, from 25 and 30 all the way up into 50, 55 range. A high percentage of females and males in your zip code there, which is fantastic. Those are going to be your decision makers. Bulk of the dentistry for general practices is going to come from in here. If you're looking in the implant and dentures market, 50, 55 and up, typically up to 75, 80. We've even got a lot of clients coming in for implants that are in their mid 80s and 90s. We've got some exceptional cases. I've got one client that just did an all-on-4 for a patient that was 102. Pretty incredible case. But you've still got a large number of people up here in this area as well. Especially in the female line is a little bit steadier than the male. Looking down, average home price in your area. I saw it here a second ago. Condo value is above Maryland average. Home value, I just saw it here while I was looking through this before I started the video. Home values are higher in your market area than other areas around, which is another good demographic of, do people have money to spend? Because that's what it comes down to. You just can't squeeze blood out of a turnip. So looking at your web presence, the fact that you're a startup, take a look at the Web 3.0 package that we offer. We have a lot of startups, a lot of new practice owners, new grads going into that package because it offers a very nice entry point, sets your foundation up, and you can ramp up. It's very scalable. We also have some new practices going into our deluxe package, simply because they want to get into the video game. They see the power of video, the way it can humanize yourself and your practice. The nice part about the deluxe package is we can come to you, shoot in your office. We also have doctors that come to us. We shoot them on a green screen here in Louisville, Kentucky. Doctors fly in the morning. We have them back home in time for dinner. We can generally shoot anywhere from 25 to 50 videos in an afternoon that they can use on their website and throughout all of their marketing. So those would be my two recommendations based on what I'm seeing here with you being a new grad. A new practice owner. Typical results. What I would look for with a solid internet marketing campaign, you should be able to generate 30 phone calls within 6 months, 5 to 6 months. There's no reason you shouldn't be getting 50 phone calls a month at the 9 to 12 month mark from just your website and just your internet marketing. So if some of these things I've mentioned here sound like it'd be a good fit for your practice, I'd love to chat with you more. My direct number is 502-509-1413. Thanks for your time, Dr. Conley. I appreciate it.